my brother, Makosini Shongwane. Let me recognize the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Comrade Edgar Mbwembwe, the Ambassador of Russia to Zimbabwe, our esteemed guest, the President of the International Chess Federation. I'm told there are quite a number of presidents in the room. I must just congratulate all of you for carrying that title. The President for Africa, our own local presidents, and just to avoid the risk of mixing up the protocol, let me just honor all of you and say all protocols observed. I'm very, very honored. I feel very, very honored to be here, and I just want to first and foremost express my heartfelt gratitude to the Minister of Sport and Recreation for inviting me to grace this occasion to be one of the speakers. I can share with you, and this comes from the bottom of my heart, that it's seldom that ministers are combined this well, as has been the case between me and the Minister of Sport and Recreation. Me at tourism and him at sport. I must confess that this is one of the most excellent and best combinations that the President has put in place in this cabinet. We combine very, very well. There's a natural valency, a natural generational valency, and also the fact that we are also dipping from the same market, young people, so it's very easy to get along. And I think this genre of sports tourism started working very, very well. And I want to congratulate Minister Makosini for the excellent work and footprint in terms of bringing celebrities into our destination, as has been happening in the last few months. In the last few months, we've seen the President of the Cricket Federation come into Zimbabwe. We have seen the President of FIFA come into Zimbabwe. Today we are hosting the President of the International Chess Federation. And I know there have been many others. We just recently, just a couple of weeks ago, we had the Baga boys, the old boys, in the destination. And I can tell you that we don't take that for granted, Minister. It is a testimony of a lot of hard work that you are putting. And those footprints that come with the visits, in themselves, brand endorsements for our destination, cannot be taken for granted. Unfortunately, in our new age now of technology, there are serious digital footprints. Because when these guys come in here, when these gentlemen come in here, they post immediately images about Zimbabwe that speak to the safety of our destination and to the attractiveness of our destination. I'm sure, and I'm absolutely sure that the President today, the first President of the Republic of Kamli Kia, who has the distinction of having been President at 30 years, himself was able to post images of a secure and safe Zimbabwe from the destination of the Victoria Falls. So congratulations. But even more importantly is the work that I want to applaud around Minister Makosini's leadership, in that he has just briefed me that year 2021 we shall have the Chess World Cup in this country. Year 2022 we shall have an Olympiad, which is even much bigger, a mega event, than the Chess World Cup. 200 countries. There can never be any better manifestation or testimony of brand endorsement than these two events, Minister, that you have just shared with me now. And I want to assure you, from where I sit as Minister of Tourism, I'm very confident that both of us will be Ministers of Sports and Tourism post-2018. if we're not going to be, I think let our work speak for ourselves. That in 2021 and 2022, these two mega events shall be presided over under our supervision. That notwithstanding, Minister, let me just speak a little bit about sport diplomacy. How it bridges cultural understanding between nations. How it is now being leveraged even ahead of conventional diplomacy. And Edgar Mbwembwe, my brother from Foreign Affairs, will be the first to attest to how other countries are leveraging sport diplomacy ahead of the hardcore conventional diplomacy. It's a softer area. And when the athletes come and they come into contact with our own athletes, it is easier for them to take a better message home than our own protocols, which we do through conventional diplomacy. So please keep on the good work. But going back to the game of chess, I wish if what the president of the International Federation is anything to go by, he shared with me that in his country, in the Federation, which I had the privilege to visit about a couple of months ago, they start this game at 3 years. So they develop into very quiet and thoughtful thinkers. I wish we could just start this game in our own country here. At 3 to 5 years, let's have chess for schools, so that we raise a cadreship of leaders going forward into the future who are as thoughtful as the chess players that I've witnessed. Played very quietly, very thoughtfully. Even if you are in our own realm of politics where we have factions, I would very much want to be a chess factionalist, because there's no noise. It's about superior ideas and superior moves. I think we should introduce it in our party, Minister Makosini. Don't you think so? As a prerequisite, before you join a cell, you are taught a bit of these moves and how superior ideas should obtain at the end of the day. So I'm very happy, and I want to endorse this game. And I'm sure between us and the Minister Makosini, we will be able to steer it into our own party for starters, just as a curative measure to mitigate the noise and hullabaloos that we make around our politics. But of course, you don't make the decision to run for an international office as I did, positioning myself for Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, if you are not a chess player. But today I discovered why I lost narrowly. It's because I didn't have this basic rudimentary coaching in chess. I think if I had benefited from your visit, Mr. President, I'm very sure that I would have won this position. So please assist us and enjoy our hospitality. We are a very peaceful country. A 33-year tourist surfeit record. We have not lost a single life to conflict in this country, a tourist life, in the last 33 years. It is in this country where you arguably have the largest biodiversity enclave. We are still as virgin as we were at creation. And in fact, the falls that you visited today, the footpaths that you followed, and they say it was David Livingstone from Scotland, from England, who discovered the Victoria Falls. No, we knew about them. But if he was to resurrect today, he would still find our biodiversity as intact and as virgin as it was when he purportedly discovered the falls. So we look also after nature. So let me just wrap up by congratulating you once again, Honorable Minister, for putting this evening together, together with your stakeholders, and of course to reaffirm my desire to introduce a beginner's course within our own party, so we can do it a little quietly and anticipate each other's moves a little better. I thank you.